Hello everyone, and welcome back! The serpent wishes to speak to us! Also, there's a quest called Lahi, which I've not been able to get and everyone's going mental about online. Which, Lahi means wake up. I want to get that quest. If I manage to get that quest, I will show it off. Anywho, Qitari serpent. Delving deeper. The great serpent of Ronka wishes to impart divine wisdom unto you. Oh, so you think. Scree! The serpent jumps about joyfully. It appears that the Qitari excavation effort is proceeding swimmingly. Speak with Chakal Katal and see if there is anything you might do to lend a hand. Alright. Scree! Alexander, you'll be happy to know that the charm your friends fashioned for us worked most splendidly. We've been able to reach deeper depths than ever before. And thanks to you, the restoration of the first stele is all but complete. You simply must see it. You'll also be pleased to know that the relics and records that turned up in our subsequent trips below have confirmed that the interpretation of history you espoused was indeed and indubitably true. I wonder if it says that, regardless of which path you take. We came upon many ritual instruments in the tunnels below. It is most clear that, let it suffice to say, we Qitari have never been particularly adept at the art of war. So it was that our ancestors searched far and wide for a safe haven where they could call home. Ronka, on the other hand, was comprised of many strong peoples. The Ronzo, brave warriors. The Dran, adept at the arcane arts. The V's, peerless archers, all working together for the Empire's prosperity. Not long after the Qitari first made contact with the Empire, our skills as scribes and scriveners became evident to higher-ranking court officials, and we were offered a prominent role in Ronkan society in return for our loyal service. I'm actually really intrigued now then, because this is like a whole explanation. I wonder if both choices have a whole explanation, or if I did just pick correctly. 4 races so different, all living and working together for the greater good. What I wouldn't give to be able to live just one day in those glorious days of the Empire. But our work is far from done. Indeed, in our explorations, we have found what appears to be an entrance leading to an even deeper level of the caves. I have little doubt that the remaining stele lie further below. I have sent a team below to conduct a preliminary investigation before we begin the next phase of the excavation in earnest. My trusted scout Tawal Manal should be here to make a report at any... Master Qitari, I bring news from below. News that I fear is not good. Again? I swear if we Qitari did not have rotten luck, we would have none at all. Do tell, what did you find down there? Exploring the second stratum, we came upon the shrine of our protector, Oxtalan. It appeared to have been ravaged by the beasts that lurk below. But still it stood after all these years. A shrine, you say? No doubt it was erected by our ancestors, most likely to ward off some greater danger that lurks further below. That was my thought as well, Mr. Qitari. A cave-in, a flood, fearsome creatures from the deep. We were too fear-stricken to press onward, not knowing what manner of calamity might befall us. Goodbye. It is a sad day.
But we must press on somehow. Can we not appeal to Delan somehow? That he might protect us as we delve further. Indeed. Perhaps there is a suitable ritual for the occasion. Sadly, if there is, I fear it is beyond my knowledge.
Perhaps I know a Vis who could help you. Perhaps you might find an answer in Fanow. Vis! We've had the Knights Blessed, now the Vis.
Why, yes, indeed. The Vis are nothing if not well versed in Ronkan tradition. The one with the hair color of night, Master Laniel, was it? I hear she has lived as long as 10 Qitari. Yes, I am certain she will have knowledge that will serve us well. Long-lived as they are, the wisdom they have passed down through generations doubtless rivals that which our ancestors recorded. If anyone can help us, I dare say it is them. Good Alexander, pray take me to Fanow at once. I would meet with their master, Laniel, that I might partake in her deep knowledge of ancient Ronkan rites.
Okie dokie, scree scree. Also, I noticed something here. The map's been extended. It looks a bit less like a dragon now. Unless it's had its guts spewed out. So there's another of those temple things, another of the three things. Some sort of monster. Or that could be what they're talking about now, of like, there could be something really bad down there, but we're not sure. I really like this. I also really like that there's so much room here, so it's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. Oops, that one. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da da.
Scree scree! So many V's in one place, I can scarce believe my eyes. Alexander, you grace us again with your presence. Me? I will be departing on my journey any day now. Yes, as soon as I decide where my destination will be. Welcome back, Alexander. For better or worse, life has changed with me since last we met. Fanow, too, is as indecisive as ever.
Laniel.
We had heard rumors the Qitari had returned to the Great Wood, but did not expect to receive a visit so soon. Just seeing you brings back memories of olden times. Memories? Do you mean that you knew my ancestors? I am older than you might think, my little friend. Anyhow, the answer is yes. Have you heard the name Shipal Tokal? She was a close friend of mine, and would come calling often to exchange news of the wood. Shipal Tokal. I do believe I saw the name on Father's family tree. But if I recall correctly, she was my great-grandmother. It was that long ago, was it? How quickly the years fly by. Still, I am heartened by your presence, young Chakal. For many years after the flood, I feared we would never see one of your kind again. And you, Alexander, welcome back to Fanow. What brings you to us this day?
I'm here helping.
I see. Our Qitari friends seek to discover their history and reclaim the knowledge and lore of their ancestors. An admirable goal indeed, and doubtless not a simple task. We would be honored to lend you our aid, and reforge the bonds between our people that were so strong in the days of Ronka. Now, do tell me more about these tunnels you are exploring. My dear sister has quite a weakness for ancient Ronka ruins and relics, you see.
I'm doing this. This voice is going all over the place.
It is supposed to be like this. It is closer to Russian, but it's meant to be more Scandinavian. To tell the truth, I have been preparing to leave the Great World on a journey of the realm, but if the Qitari require my aid, perhaps I could postpone my departure just a bit longer. Scree! It would seem that the Great Serpent smiles upon our partnership as well. This is auspicious indeed. Master Lanil, what knowledge of the Qitari lives on here in Fanow? Very little, I'm afraid. The tales I can remember hearing from my dear departed friend, and no more. Sadly, the precise details of Qitari rites and rituals are beyond my recollection. And yet I do recall Shipal once mentioning that Qitari prayers to Oxdalan were remarkably similar in form to our own petitions to Ixmaya. It is not surprising, perhaps, given how closely our two peoples were connected in those days. If we were to teach you one of our own traditions, perhaps you could adapt it for your own purposes. You would do this for us? Gladly, old friend. But first, we would need to prepare a simple altar for performing the rite, and find ourselves a suitable offering. The liver and blood of an ancient beast, together with pristine water from a sacred spring near Cumulus Dropolis. Yes, I do believe this will suffice. I know the ways of the beasts of the wood. Leave the hunting to me. As for the final offering, I suspect Alexander would have little difficulty acquiring it. Yes?
Yeah, I can get some water.
Excellent. In the meantime, I will teach the ritual to young Chakal here. Were the passage into the tunnels larger, we would accompany ourselves, but alas. Do not worry, my good Master Lanil. I will learn the words and gestures well, and Dalan will hear our plea. Just you wait and see. You're a spirited one, child, but be forewarned. Master Lanil is a strict taskmaster. Ye gods, forgive me, my friends. I will do my best. Anywho, let us all reconvene at Hopple when we are finished with our allotted tasks.
I'm off to get some water from a spring I've probably been to like 15 times.
Not sure. We shall see.
Or this shall see. Yes, I believe I've been here quite a few times. Secret spring water. Water collected from a natural fount said to be blessed by Oxdalan, guardian of the underworld. Where am I getting the water from? Oh, nuts. I only needed one. Is it? I suppose we could be like cracking the rock to have the water be exposed. Not really sure. Do 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 do. La he. Do 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 do. Ba.
I was wondering when you might return, Alexander. Have you found the offering that we require?
Indeed I have. Secret spring water.
The Viz believe this will suffice as an offering to Dalan? Very well, so be it. As soon as Chakal and the Viz arrive, we shall begin the second phase of the excavation.
Sounds good. So does that mean we're going to get another choice?
Why, just look at how the Qitari scuttling about. I had heard they were an industrious people, but to see with my own eyes is impressive indeed. Hail and well met. I am Fina of Fanow, and this is my sister, Siona. We have come to assist in the ritual of which your son has doubtless told you. Greetings, greetings. Please accept my apologies for making a fuss so close to your village, and without properly paying my respects. I fear I've been quite preoccupied with my duties here. There is no need for that, friend. It is we who should apologize for our sisters who gave you such a fright upon your return home. As you may well know, our people were strong friends and allies in the days of Ronka. It is our honor to reforge these bonds in the present day. Should you require anything of us, you need but say the word. Anyhow, thanks to Alexander here, it would seem we have all the offerings needed to proceed with the ritual. Do you remember all that Master Lamiel taught you, Chakal? But of course! I say the words over to myself 100 times on the way here. I said, not I say. I will do your Master Lamiel and my people proud. I should hope so, my son. Very well, let the dig begin. Scree!
I'm going to do another jump. Boink, boink. Sometime later. Boink, boink. Boink, boink, boink. There's that eerie music again. Chakal Natal and Chakal Kotal. No, Qitari Natal and Chakal Kotal have safely returned from their investigation of the tunnels. Which is good.
Scree, scree! Scree? Ugh.
Oops. I didn't realise the sisters were still there.
I cannot say for sure. We found a second stele, but I fear, much as the last one, it proved too massive to carry to the surface. Just as we were pondering our next course of action, this aura-clad fellow arrived and let out a mighty roar.
A mighty...
Scree! Precisely. While I cannot confess to fully understanding the import of what it is saying, I can only surmise that the serpent once again wishes for us to call upon the wisdom of the ally of Ronka, Alexander that is, and restore the stele to its erstwhile form. And yet, much as last time, the engravings are weathered to no small degree. I have my own thoughts about what they signify, but I would hear my son's theory first. What say you, Chakal? Well, let me see now. One marking was clearly of a vis, knocking a bow. Then I could make out the semblance of a Qitari, its arms seemingly held in the air. An image of the vis on the Qitari stone. How fascinating. Just as the first stele depicted our history with the Ronkan Empire, No doubt these markings tell of the first encounter between our two peoples. I thought the same, Father. Having befriended the benevolent Ronkans, our people then met the Vis, skilled hunters, and wise to the ways of the forest. So pleased were our ancestors, they threw their hands in the air in glee. That is a most optimistic interpretation, my boy. And yet I feel it is more logical to read the story a different way. Doubtless the Vis came upon our ancestors, small and scurrying about the forest, and took them as prey, or took them for prey. Facing arrows pointed at our hearts, our ancestors threw up their hands in sheer terror. So it was the Vis, newcomers. So it was that the Vis, newcomers to the Great Wood, nearly came into conflict with the mighty Ronkan Empire. Our legend tell of how the goddess Ixmaya guided our people to the forest, but say little of what awaited us upon our arrival here. As far as we can say, both theories are more than plausible, but I would hope to believe. No, I will say no more. It would ill behoove me to stick my nose in matters of Qitari law. I agree. Qitari history should be written by the Qitari themselves. In any event, we are pleased that we were able to contribute to your cause in some small way. We shall return to Fanow, but please do not hesitate to call upon us again. There is still much catching up to do between our peoples.
Right, well, I have a thought on this.
Once again, it seems we find ourselves with a choice to make. Scree, scree! Yes, Alexander, do impart unto us your wisdom once more. How are you inclined to interpret our history?
Delving deeper. Reputation up. Do. Again, father and son have arrived at different theories regarding the history of the Qitari as recorded on the stele. At the bidding of the Great Serpent, it falls to you to serve as mediator. You have achieved respect and reputation with the stewards. With the wisdom and blessing of the Vis, an altar to Oxdelan has been constructed at Hoppelstubble. Doubtless this will serve to protect and impart good fortune to the Qitari as they continue to explore the tunnels. New Qitari beast type quests are available from Qtil Pasol at Hoppelstubble. Furthermore, you'll be able to take 3 additional... do your first ones. Furthermore, you now have access to a wider selection of ways. Could we be getting the other minion?
Scree?
The servant looks about expectantly, but appears eager to see the excavation efforts continue in earnest. Alright, I'll get back to you two in a sec. Ha! Yes, so it was! So, there's clearly a serpent there. Oh, and that's where we've been meeting. So these things, the building-like ones, are very likely the stele. But then there's an interesting thing here. There's a lot more buildings. And clearly, it continues on. And there... So I guess this was the current one, and that was where they found the new Great Serpent that there's a lot of. There's so many Great Serpents. Qitari Exchange. Aged oak logs. A rough cut log from an old oak tree. Yellow ribbon sold separately. So, it's crafting material. I don't know what that's for. I imagine it's useful to someone. Is this... No, that looks like it's for carrying stuff down. Where is the altar. Oh, it's right here. Very obvious, isn't it? Like, couldn't be more obvious.
Scree scree!
Ooh, we've got a double now.
Scree? Scree scree!
So yeah, my thoughts on this is it's generally more likely that... Oh, cool! It's a foot pedal.
I can run no more.
It's... Yeah, I've seen these before.
Take your ease until the next stele is complete. Scree scree scree!
So basically, we do have a more logical one of the Vis arrived and mistook the Qitari for prey, and then they raised their hands and it's like, no, don't attack us. That's quite likely given what we know of the Vis. But, and this is actually a bad thing to do. I want to go with that one because, as she said, they hope for the better option, and if history is recorded with friendship, then the races will coexist that much better for so much longer. So sadly, I'm gonna have to go with the one I don't think.
You two saw how Master Laniel welcomed us when we visited Fanow, yes? Why, it is simply preposterous to think that the friends of my great-great-great and so on grandmothers and grandfathers hunted us like vermin. Yes, I'm quite certain the V's were our friends from the earliest of days. The Qitari in the markings is meant to be raising his hands in sheer joy. Surely you agree?
Well, I sort of do. I go with the agreement that I feel like it's a bit of both. It was at first, please don't shoot us, so they stopped and then they became very quick allies. If you elect to vote for Qital's theory, the second stele will be restored to reflect his interpretation of history. Proceed and you'll be unable to see the stele as Qitari Natal envisions it. Also, yes, I did try in the last video. I said in the last video I was going to try and find the other. It's kind of hard to find them, like the pictures. So maybe when we get to like the last part of this, I might be lucky enough to find them. We'll see. The rewards and content of the quests that follow will be the same regardless of the choice you make. You're free to choose the version of history you find most compelling.
Splendiferous! Oh, thank you, Alexander. I knew you would see things as I did.
Second stele, fast friends. And
history is full of cruelties and harsh truths. While my boy would propose a starry-eyed view of our past, I prefer to face reality with my eyes wide open. The V's and Qitari formed a friendship trusted and true. Acknowledging the unpleasant nature of our first encounter allows us to appreciate that all the more. Surely you agree, Alexander?
If you like blah blah blah.
Excellent! I was quite certain you would see things my way. With the ally of Ronka vouching for my theory, I am certain Chakal and my fellow Qitari will see the light.
The second stele, the hunters and the hunted. Qitari Natal will convince you of the merits regarding his history, his theory of the history between the Qitari and the Vis. I feel like that is the right one, but as you see with the last one, glass half full. Second stele, fast friends.
You believe my son has the right of it? Well, I suppose there is something to be said for adopting a brighter view of history. Very well, let us proceed with the restoration. At long last, another piece of our history comes into focus, but our struggle to reclaim our legacy goes on. Pray continue to lend us your aid.
So we're halfway then. with this, because I'm sure they said there was going to be 4.
Father and I will send our finest artisans. The work must begin at once.
The second stele, fast friends. Tink, tink, tink. Ah! I love how the Qitari look identical in both. The second Qitari stele has been restored to depict Chakal Kotal's interpretation of the first encounter between the Qitari and the Vis. Protected by the new altar erected according to the tradition of the Vis and heartened by rediscovering another piece of their heritage, the stewards have returned to their excavation efforts with newfound zeal. Should you choose, continue to aid them in their cause. The place is looking better.
I intend to teach Master Lanil's innovation to all the stewards. Surely it will protect us from harm. Scree?
The servant looks about expectantly. It appears eager to see the excavation efforts continue in earnest.
Scree, scree. We are most fortunate that the V's have preserved their wisdom of ancient Ronka. We would be all but lost without their aid.
Oops. And if we do this, we can get a good look at this. Do 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 do. So yeah, the other one is, I'd say, generally a bit more likely, but this is nicer. I'm a soft bugger, I know. Alright, let's do our 3 quests. Meet and greet. I have never exploded, alright, by the power invested in Scree! Qitari Pasol faces an unprecedented dilemma. A disastrous deluge of dead deer delicacies.
Our feast friends have presented us with an enormous haul of venison as a sign of their appreciation for our work. The only problem is there is so much of it we'll need to smoke the meat before it goes rotten. Could I be awfully impertinent to ask you to bring me some rock salt? Sprinkling it on the meat beforehand draws out the rich gamey flavour.
Qitari Pasol has an appetite for destruction.
The workers have been experiencing all manner of difficulties of late. Worst among them are the cave-ins, which lead to cracked skulls and blocked tunnels. While we're still working out a solution to the former, we at least have a plan for the latter. Explosives! I'll spare you the details, but to make our destruction-dealing devices, you'll need a smattering of saltpeter. Any you can provide will be gratefully received.
And most importantly, by the power invested in Scree, Qitari Pasol calls for some divine intervention.
I must say, the workers are doing a tremendous job of excavating all those relics. Though I can't help but notice that some of them are beginning to flag, to various degrees, or varying degrees. What they need is motivation. Luckily, I have a cunning plan. Hotel Matel has already agreed to assist me, so pray speak to him to learn what it entails.
Alright. Oh my god! Oh my god, am I gonna use the mount?
Greetings, my good sir. I take it you are here at Qitari Pasol's request, yes? The truth is, we have uncovered a rather bizarre artifact in the deeper levels of the cavern. An urn, but like no other. For inside was, for want of more grandiose words, a whistle. Or perhaps it was a flute. Whatever it is, One brave soul took it and played a brief melody, and a moment later, something appeared within the otherwise empty vessel. The great serpent itself!
Also, I love the little... So, little guy.
Eh? 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 Why, I could hardly believe my eyes. But what happened next was perhaps even more miraculous. Our divine visitor did release a heavenly light, and those who did receive of this blessing were as Qitari reborn, filled with vigor. Now listen carefully. By using the sacred whistle, you are to guide the great serpent to my fellows and grace them with its mystical light. I shall be praying for your success, my most esteemed and gracious comrade.
Yes! Alright, let's get out of here a minute. Same generic music. Why will they not learn? Alright. Oh my god, that's awesome! Oh my god, please let us keep that. This is the best thing that's ever happened. Alright, where do I need to go? Right, and over there. Oh my god, look at it. Look at the glory. Look at the glory. Oh my, that's so incredible. Yeah, with this, there's no way you can deny that these, even if they're not the Great Serpent, they have power. That is literally a massive summoning circle. Well, it's not a summoning circle, it's a invocation. My wording might be off. Also, I totally missed where I was meant to be going because I was distracted. Like, even this music on the mount would be the greatest thing ever. Like, literally, be able to have Lahi anywhere. Ooh, wait a minute. Oh, it doesn't look like that is doing it. Well, I tried. Oh my god, I missed it again. I'm getting too distracted by the Lahis and the awesome mount. Lahi.
Don't we have enough relics by now? What are we planning to do with them all anyway?
Some of the Qitari workers are struggling to find motivation. Guide the Great Serpent and release its peculiar light.
Good heavens above! I have never felt so alive!
And off he goes. You dare attack the Great Serpent!
Shirking my duties? Never. I'm just resting my legs. And my eyes.
So the Qitari's workers struggle with motivation. Peculiar light.
Blessings of the Great Serpent itself, eh? Can't say I've done much to deserve it, but I'll take it all the same. Praise be!
Also, that's a horrible squelchy noise. Like, yeah, right now, it's Rathalos is my main mount. That might be changing when I get this. I'm not a huge fan of the like squeaky noise that happens as you're flying, but it's not overly annoying. Ooh, yeah, I do this. Oh my god, it's amazing. So I'm very interested now that we know that Lahi means wake up. What the rest of the lyrics mean. Now what do I do? What do I do? I need to get off the mount, but I don't want to. Oh well. Oh, we need 3, so I'll go to the other one. I like how it's still got 1 left off us coming here earlier. Tink. Tonk. Tank. Wake up, the day is barely dawning. I don't know, I feel like it's gonna be something along those lines. Like, wake up, it's a new day, step into the light. Who knows? I don't speak ancient Ronkan, as it turns out. Buzz? Music? Hello? Lahi? Bacha? Lahi? Lahi? Okay. Tink. Tonk. Tank. Hee. Do 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 la la hee. Hee. Do do do. Do 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 do. Please let me ride it again.
Scream!
Oh, it's amazing. By the power invested in Scree.
Your sacred duty is complete. May the gods smile upon you, good sir. No doubt Qatar Pasal will be pleased as I to hear these most fortuitous of tidings.
Ah, no more mount. Slash cry.
Have you brought that which I requested? Time is of the essence.
Yep, splendid rock salt. This splendid rock salt is sprinkled on meat during the smoking process to draw out its natural flavour. The same could, in fact, be said for practically any salt, but the Qitari tend to notice when someone tries to fob them off with anything less than the genuine article. Hence the need to seek out this particular variety.
My word, this is splendid. Just the fragrance alone makes me want to gobble it all up, even without the venison. Of course, that would rather defeat the purpose of having you rush around before the meat spoils, and we wouldn't want the Visa's generous gift to go to waste, now would we?
He did the jump again. I have never exploded.
Do you have what I need to try my hand at making explosives?
Saltpeter, splendid saltpeter. Not to be confused with salt or Peter, whoever that is.
Ah, yes, this is just what I was looking for. Probably. Once it's been combined with grasses, saltpeter, charcoal, sulfur, and just a tiny splash of urine. Not mine, I might add. And we should be ready to blast through the rubble. To be quite frank, I've not much experience in this sort of thing, but it seems like that I can...
Wait, I've not had much experience in this sort of thing, but it seems like that I can eventually perfect it through trial and error.
After all, what is the worst that could happen?
Sure, and most importantly,
I trust all went according to my, if I say so, brilliant plan. It seems word of your exploits has spread quickly, and the other workers are all doing their utmost to unearth yet more relics. As for the questions surrounding our divine benefactor and the reason for its involvement, well, the great serpent moves in mysterious ways. Sometimes it'll wiggle, other times it'll pop up and down and let out a mighty scree. Yes, we are truly blessed.
yep.
Scree!
I love it so much. Zip down. And with that, we're done for the day. So let's say, we have a ways to go. But I'll get my mount. You'll see. Also, if I switch, you'll notice that we have level 75. Well, basically level 76. And we're like basically half done. Like, if you think about it, like, I'm sure we've been told that there's 4 stele, and we've just done 2 of them, so we're about halfway maybe, story wise. I'm sure there's like more than that, but so I should make it to 80 easy enough, but we'll see. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for more Scree! Bye bye!
Scree, 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 scree.